Hey guys, and welcome. This is Mrs. Gamer here, and you are watching my walkthrough for Vlad the Impaler. This game is available on Steam, and it was around £7 when I bought it, which, given the beautiful illustrations, lured me in. It's another sort of text-based game where you level up your character through the choices that you make in different situations. So, with little ado, I will get on to playing it for you. New game. So you could be an explorer, or a soldier, or you can be a mage. I think I'm going to go for being a soldier. You all start out with the same stats, so it kind of depends what route you want to take later in the game. But this one seems like a good one to get started with. I'll go.
My friend, I have need of your skills once again. Darkness has fallen upon the city of Istanbul. Blood paints the streets, and the cries of the dying rise from the night. The Sultan himself will not set foot within its walls until the dread curse is lifted. Holy men, knights, and inquisitors have all been sent, yet none have returned. You are the only one whom I trust to investigate this. Your cunning, your prowess, and your penchant for results are needed here more than ever. Find the source of this wickedness, and deal with it as only you can. Godspeed, my friend, and watch your back.
Chapter 1. You pass through the gates of Istanbul on a moonless night. The lights from torches are few, and the eyes of midnight wanderers are many. A group of guards huddle around the body of a woman, her heart ripped out and used to paint a tall, bloody 15 days on the wall behind her. The weight of fear is heavy on the streets. The scent of death haunts the tight air. It is a city under siege, and the enemy is invisible. Okay, so you can go to the port, square, or bazaar. I think I'm going to go to the bazaar. You're wandering through the Istanbul bazaar, eating a piece of honey baklava, when you notice a little girl watching you from a few tents away. She looks as though she's coveting the sticky dessert that is getting all over your fingers. You give her a slight smile of condolence. Then, hands suddenly emerge from a secret fold in the tent behind the girl and pull her inside without a sound. Of all the abductions that you've been following in the city, you never thought you'd actually witness one happening. As you walk over to the front of the tent, finishing off the last of your dessert. "Welcome, my friend," says a smiling merchant in a turban. "Are you in need of a lamp or oil?" And you can either say... So you can either take the forceful approach, or you can try and persuade him. I think I'm going to try and persuade him. The merchant's eyes darken, and he says, "We are paid up for this month already, and will not submit to your orders bullying." This grabs your interest. Clearly, someone higher up in the order is running a protection money scheme where people who break the law can continue without being handed over as long as they pay regularly. And this man thinks you're with the order. You look the merchant dead in the eyes, saying, "You think this is bullying? Want to pay triple next time? Give me the girl." The merchant nods in acquiescence and motions for you to enter the tent. You do so, drawing your weapon. The girl and the man who took her are nowhere to be found. They've clearly escaped while the merchant keeps you busy. The next thing you hear is the merchant calling to the city guards, saying that there is a thief in his tent. You've been outconned this time and need to escape before the guards find you and decide to cut off your hands. With minimal searching, you find the secret fold in the back where the kidnapper must have escaped, and you slip through. Your heart breaks for the girl as you disappear into the crowd, vowing that the merchant and his accomplices will be brought to justice. So my agility went up, but my charm went down. I guess that makes sense. I managed to escape, but I didn't manage to persuade him. I'm gonna go back to the bazaar. You have just killed the cannibal kidnapper of Bayazit after pursuing him for 3 days, and you finally caught up with him outside the bazaar, just as he had found his next victim. You lift the kidnapped boy into your arms and check him for wounds. There is a nasty bite in his shoulder, but that seems to be the worst of it. You pull your weapon out of the kidnapper's corpse, and his head lolls to the side. His pointy, filed-down teeth still appear menacing from inside his slack mouth. You carry the boy out of the hot alley and back into the covered bazaar, weaving through pillars and tents until you come to where his parents sell their wares. His mother and father cry out in relief as they run to you, taking the child and holding him close. "Thank you," the father says desperately. "Heaven be praised, you've saved my little Farah. How can I repay you?" You wave a hand, saying, "A life spared from the horrors of this city is payment enough for me." "No," replies the man, as the boy's mother rushes with her son back into the tent. "No, I must insist. Please, come." And you can choose from 2 rewards. You can either have one which makes you a better warrior, or one which gives you more wisdom. Well, I am a soldier, but the wisdom one seems pretty good. I'm gonna go with the wisdom one. The apothecary hands you the pewter bottle with the emerald stopper and thanks you from the deepest corners of his heart. The potion tastes of cedar, potash and nutmeg, but a certain clarity begins to open in your mind. You find things you've never noticed before everywhere you look, and the meaning of people's words seem much plainer to you now. So my intelligence and my magic went up. Well, that's good. I'll go to the square. You were walking through the square, searching for the head of the district guards, when you passed by a man proselytizing from the top of a crate. As you walk by, the man shouts and points at you. "And that is why God punishes us, foreigners in armour with their idolatrous gods and their wicked schemes. Get thee hence, heathen, get ye back to your land of sin and fornication." You can either say that you came here to save Istanbul, or you could be a little bit sassy and say, "Only a fool will claim to know what God thinks." Well, as a studier of philosophy, I'm going to go with this one. "And only a God-forsaken atheist would challenge the word of the Almighty," replies the preacher, getting even more fired up. "Here we find the vanity and arrogance of the heathen mind. Only he who is ignorant of the path of..." "What is that tattoo?" you ask. The preacher glares at you. "That tattoo on your right arm," you continue. "I assume that's the jackal symbol of the Bosphorus Brotherhood." "Maybe you were a member. Maybe you still are. Either way, that's a sin. Leviticus 19:28. Do not cut your bodies for the dead, or put tattoo marks upon yourselves, for I am the Lord. If you are truly God's mouthpiece on earth, then why are you sinning against him, here in the middle of his holy city? The preacher begins to reply, but the crowd is now booing him. You can feel his hot stare on your back as you turn to leave. It was petty to even engage the fool in conversation, having been forced to study the scriptures for years at the orphanage. You have an unfair advantage, especially over someone not educated enough to know that you shouldn't lecture strangers on something you yourself have never read. Alright, so that's the end of chapter 1. I guess you only get a certain amount of turns to do stuff. So my agility, intelligence and magic has gone up. Well, good. So now pretty much everything is around the same level. All 6s, 7s and 5s. Good. So that is the end of chapter 1. And so far I have to say that I am thoroughly enjoying this game. I mean, I have a liking for text-based games anyway, but it is just so beautifully illustrated and the soundtrack works so well. Definitely worth the money so far. I mean, it's a story we're all familiar with, isn't it? We all know the story of Vlad the Impaler, one of the most famous horror stories that there is. But I'm planning on uploading this one video at a time, and if you guys want these videos out faster, just give me a comment in this video or drop a like, and the more likes and stuff it gets, the quicker I'll try and get them out for you. Anyway, that's it for today. You guys have a nice day, and I will see you next time. Bye!